Here we are, Location Luxe. I'm your host, Alan Canas, and here in Season 1, we'll be focused on what we're calling the Great Lifestyle Migration. On each episode, I'll be right here in San Francisco, Silicon Valley. Over the last few decades, we've witnessed a great migration for employment and technology development. As such, the need and demand for homes has been among the highest in the country. These migration choices are giving people an extraordinary opportunity to explore new locations, amenities, and lifestyle options. And that's why we're here. Location Luxe. This week, I am so pleased to welcome on location a very special colleague, friend of mine, Trinkie Watson from Lake Tahoe. Trinkie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you so much for asking me to join you. This is very exciting for Lake Tahoe.
Oh, it's exciting for all of us. So, Trinkie, today you're going to take us through how Lake Tahoe is not only a destination location, it's a beautiful lifestyle. But Trinkie, before you take us through that, please tell us a little bit about you, your business, and Trinkie, where are you?
Right now, I'm in Tahoe Vista, at the north end of Lake Tahoe. And as you can see behind me is our beautiful lake with snow-capped mountains. I've been at Tahoe for many, many years and handle real estate in the whole Lake Tahoe region, including the Nevada side.
So one of the things that people don't realize is that Tahoe has actually 4 sides, but most people know about Tahoe's South Tahoe and North side. Can you tell us a little bit about the 2 different sides and their taxes?
Nevada, it does not have any personal state income tax. So that has been a big, big draw, especially for people coming from California, those who've sold their businesses or are in a position to make a move. If your income is coming from California, it doesn't work because California will tax you on whatever income you make. There's no question, Nevada, the Reno Sparks market, the whole Nevada side has really enjoyed a huge uptick in business in the last few years, and this last year even more so.
Well, I know for my family, we've been coming to Tahoe for many, many years. And so recently we took advantage and we purchased a cute little house. And we bought right at the right time. The market is just booming there. And what transpired is we closed escrow in July, and within a few months we received offers for $50,000 to $75,000, then $100,000 over the asking price in the mail. So your market is it's booming out there. Tell us a little bit about what you're seeing for houses on the market. Are they as is? What condition can buyers expect?
Well, that's a good question. You know, our properties range from original cabins from the 50s on up to beautiful new properties. So today, most buyers want something that's done. And so I would say that most sellers make an effort to update as much as they can. Not everything is, and we do see some come on the market. One came on in Tahoe Donner this morning, just over $500,000. It's a 2-bedroom, no garage, and that'll sell for $50,000, probably $60,000, $70,000 over. I just had an offer on a house in Tahoe Donner. It was listed at little over $700,000, and I think it's going out at $8,000. I mean, it's been bizarre. It really is. There's a house in Incline that came on the market yesterday. It sold 2 years ago for $2.5 million, and it's on the market now for $4.3 million, and the realtors think it's going to sell very close to that. So
wow.
Our inventory is so low, and that of course helps push prices up.
And correct me if I'm wrong. People have grandeur of being on the lake. And, just having a sliver of a lake view to having full on lake view, how does that affect your property value? I'm being told it affects it immensely.
No, that's true. I mean, being on the water is one thing, having a lake view is another. And that could be, $100,000 more in value, depending on where it is, how big the house is, that kind of thing. So big lake views are certainly valuable. Being on the water is very, very special.
And so, Trinkie, what seasonal activities are we seeing in Lake Tahoe?
Just about all year long, you can be outdoors. In the wintertime, of course, we have all kinds of winter sports. It's skiing, snowboarding, snowshoeing, backcountry skiing. That's very popular. And also snowmobiling in certain areas is very popular. In the summertime, of course, we have all kinds of water sports, many golf courses in our area, hiking and bike riding. There's a big emphasis on bike trails around the lake. We can't go the whole way around on a bike trail yet, but that's a goal for the area someday, that you'll be able to do that. So, and in the fall, it's gorgeous. Our falls are beautiful, and there's still wonderful hiking and biking, that kind of thing. And the same, depending on what our spring does. Sometimes we have a late snow, and then it's problematic getting into the mountains. But this year, so far, we haven't had a lot of snow. So it kind of depends on what the weather's doing as far as what you can do outside. But I'd say there's activity outdoors all year long.
And would you say the people that are purchasing right now, are they buying for first home or second home?
We're seeing both. Probably the majority are second. I think people are keeping their primaries, but we've had a huge uptick in school enrollment. So that tells us that a lot of people are moving up here to live full time.
And I know from where we're at in California, we have an influx of buyers coming into Lake Tahoe. Where would you say most of your buyers are coming from? Is it from California, or is it from other areas as well?
No, historically, I would say that we've been 50-60% for sure from the Sacramento and San Francisco Bay Area, and I think that'll continue. We're 2 to 4 hours driving distance away, and depending on what time of day you travel. So I think we'll always see that huge amount of buyers from your area. I mean, your area has done really well too. Tell us about that.
Our area is hot. It is just, it has not slowed down. In fact, it's like somebody lit the flame, turned the flame up even higher. And so what we're seeing is multiple offers just being generated over and over and over. And so we're not slowing down where we thought we were going to slow down. Interest rates are at an all-time low. The buying power has even gotten stronger. We're seeing corporations moving their businesses out of state, but others are moving their businesses in the area. And so what we're seeing is that the rental market has slowed down, where the buyers are able to purchase where they were not able to purchase before. And then again, the second home market, people are purchasing, we're in Lake Tahoe, like what we're doing now, what my family did. So it is strong here. And that's what we're seeing. Like I said, Lake Tahoe become very strong. The surrounding areas, the outer areas, become very strong as well for second home markets.
Absolutely, yes. We have a lot of buyers, certainly from your area, and many of whom are able to buy lakefront properties. And our lakefront inventory is very low as well. We've never seen it like this, ever.
Well, and what makes Lake Tahoe so desirable as well, and this I did not realize until recently, how easy it was to get in and out of Lake Tahoe, not just, driving, of course, but flying, your airport. We have friends that live up the street, they are buying an airplane, and they're talking about how easy it is just to get in and out using the Tahoe airport. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Okay, well, we have several choices. We have, of course, the Reno Tahoe International Airport is about anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour away from most locations. And then those with private planes, the Truckee Airport's one of the most popular and busiest, I understand, in the country. And so we have a huge number of jets that fly in every single day for people who have homes at sort of the north end of the lake. Then down in your area, at the south end, the Minden Airport would probably be the one that most people would use. So we have choices, and you can also fly private into the Reno. There's an executive airport there too. Also, for air service, there are probably 2 or 3 charter jet services that come into Truckee. So that makes it easy for people coming from LA or the Bay Area to come in privately. It's really a lovely way to travel.
So, Trinkie, you're not from Lake Tahoe, correct?
No, I was born and raised in San Francisco.
Ah, so what has kept you in Lake Tahoe? What brought you there? What's kept you there?
Well, I was on a ski after college. I was on a ski trip with some friends. We went to Sun Valley and Aspen. On the way back, I said, let's stop in Squaw Valley. So I ran into a friend who had just bought a vacation home in Squaw. And so I said, well, how would you feel about renting it to me for a year? And so we had an agreement. They came up to ski in the wintertime, and they didn't use it at all in the summer. So I thought, well, great, I'll try it for a year. So I did, and I stayed.
Wow. Well, you know what? I did not think that we were going to be purchasing a second home in Lake Tahoe. And now I can't wait to go there time and time again. In fact, we're going to be heading there in a few days. And once we're there, I hunker down, and don't get me wrong, I can't wait to get back to the Bay Area at times as well, but I love Tahoe. It's gorgeous. We're literally 2 houses from the beach.
I know. Yeah, it's fabulous. I can't tell you how grateful I am that I live where I do, especially this past year. But I love it. It's fun to go to the city and visit and travel and that kind of thing, but home is home, and I've got my dog and my house, and I'm very, very happy here.
So tell me about the home prices, the various different prices, because I know you can go from one price and then jump all the way to exceeding high end. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Right now, I think probably the least expensive single-family home around the lake would be around $400,000. South Lake Tahoe has probably more more homes at that level, at the lower level, more cabins, I should say, than probably some of the other areas around the lake. And then depending on the area you're in, some communities are less expensive than others, but then you zoom the whole way up to, right now we've got a couple of properties that are over 40 million. And of course, those are beautiful estates right on the lake. So it goes the gamut. Kind of hard to find anything under $1 million anymore. I was just hearing today that our median price in our North Tahoe region area is now just over $1 million. I mean, that's amazing.
And why do you think most people are migrating to Lake Tahoe?
Well, I think since so many of them are coming from the Bay Area, it is it's close enough proximity. They don't have to get on a plane. It's an easy drive. So I think it's just a natural for people to want to explore this area and not have to go a long distance. Plus, all the amenities we have. We have great restaurants, we have wine tasting, we have wine bars, art galleries, in the summertime, outdoor concerts. I mean, there's a lot going on in the area. So there's something for everybody, really.
So can you tell us a little bit about, if somebody was going to buy a primary residence, how are the schools up there?
Well, I don't have kids, so I'm probably not the best one to ask, but we send an awful lot of kids to college, and there are a couple of private schools up here for people that want to do that. But we have a thriving public school system, and we seem to get everybody through. So I think we're okay.
Well, one thing that I know that you do have is that you've got a ski camp, because I have an 8-year-old and she's been skiing, and they've wanted her to get into ski camp, and you've got ski teams. So she can't wait to start that. She's going to do that next year. So, and then you have summer camps. So she can't wait to do that.
That's right. No, that's true. And Squaw Valley has its program. There's so much focus on skiing for the family and for the kids and all, engaging everybody. So that's always good. And there are a lot of families that specifically come to Tahoe in the winter for that reason, to put their kids in ski school.
Well, and the people that live there, from what I have experienced, are just so friendly, and they are so outgoing to be welcoming to the newcomers.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. And yes, I would agree. I think that, it's great. I think those of us that live here love it so much. They were nice.
So with the limited inventory right now, are you seeing multiple offers?
Absolutely. There was a house again, I go back to Tahoe Donner. I just happened to be working with a client who's been looking there. And there was a house they were interested in, and when we heard there were 14 offers on it already, we decided not to jump in. And then we made a bid on another house, and it had 12 offers, and that's the one that I think is went out at 800. They didn't quite get to that level, and so instead they ended up we're just putting a lot in escrow for them. They're going to build a house.
When a house is put on the market and has been in a family estate for so long, can there be certain building restrictions that the estate has put on the house when it's passed on?
I've not seen that. We have our own set of restrictions. In the Tahoe Basin itself, we have the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency. I call it the head mother. And everything that is impacted on the outside has to be approved by them. So if an older property is going to be remodeled or rebuilt or redone, then that would involve agency input to comply with the rules and restrictions, that kind of thing for the area. When you get out of the basin, like in the Truckee area, the local, you've got your local permits and everything, but you don't have the severity of restriction that you do at the lake.
Okay, that's good to know. That is actually great to know. So, Trinkie, I have a question that I love to ask. Do you have a favorite buyer story?
Oh my goodness. I probably don't, because I just would hope all my buyers are really happy, and I've enjoyed working with every single one of them, and they're always so excited when escrow closes and they can move in. So it's a happy business to be in.
I feel the same way. I do. That's great. So, Trinkie, what a thrill it's been for you to be here on season 1 of Location Lux. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, this has been a wonderful treat for me, and I'm just so excited to be able to showcase Lake Tahoe and our beautiful region. And I'm thrilled to be part of the Realm program to start this series going. Thank you, Alan, so much for inviting me.
Oh, you're so welcome. And thank you again. Lake Tahoe is truly, truly beautiful. Thank you.